Hi, I'm Cheryl, and today we're going to be replacing the thermistor in a Maytag Gas Dryer. You may need to replace your thermistor if you're getting an error message on your dryer, or if there's no heat in the dryer. This repair should only take about 20-25 minutes. For this repair, we're only going to need 4 tools: a stiff putty knife, 5/16 nut driver, flathead screwdriver, and a 5/16 socket wrench. If you don't already have a new thermistor, they are available for purchase on our website. Before repairing your gas dryer, make sure to turn the gas off and unplug it. To start this repair, we are going to need to flip the top back, so make sure you have a wall to lean it against or something to support it from the back. We'll start by depressing the 2 clips that are at the front of the dryer with our stiff putty knife. Next, we can disconnect the door switch. Take your flathead screwdriver, lift up on the tab, start pulling those apart. Next, we need to remove the 2 screws at the front holding on the front panel. We'll take our 5/16 nut driver to remove those. To remove the front panel, simply lift up and pull back and set it to the side. Next, we're going to need to disconnect the 2 wire terminals at the moisture sensors here. We'll just pull those off. Next, we'll remove the bulkhead. In order to do that, we need to loosen the top 2 screws and then remove the 4 bottom screws. We'll do that. In order to remove the front of the bulkhead, we're going to need to lift up on the front so these keyed nuts are released. Then just push back on the drum a bit. There is a wheel at the bottom of the bulkhead that needs to be released. And we can set this to the side. The thermistor is located under the drum on the blower housing, located right behind the thermal fuse. So I just took off my gloves so I can get a better grip on these wires here as we disconnect those. If you need, you can use a flathead screwdriver to help pry these off. The thermistor is mounted with 2 5/16 nuts, so we'll take our ratchet wrench to loosen those. And then we can remove the thermistor. Once you have your new thermistor, you can place it right where the old one was. Lift up the drum again. Line up those holes. Place the screws as much as you can by hand. And just tighten those down with the ratchet wrench. Nice and snug. And just reconnect those wires. There you go. Next, we can replace the front of the bulkhead. We could start by lining up the exhaust on the bottom. Push the drum back. It has to sit on the support rollers. And then just lift the bulkhead onto the keyed holes. There we go. And we can start screwing in the screws that we removed. And now we can reconnect the wires. Black on the bottom, yellow on top. Now we're ready to replace the front panel. So we'll just line that up. Has to go on those bottom hooks. Lift slightly up and push in those hooks. Rescrew in the front panel screws. And there we go. Reconnect the door switch. Now we can close the lid. You may just need to push in the tabs a little bit. And then you can push the top down. Not too hard, right? Here's a quick recap. All of our OEM parts and tools are available for purchase on our website. Check them out, along with our social media sites here.